So today I wanted to do a video on a topic that I have been struggling with whether or not I would actually do this video. So today is June 1st. Today is officially no longer Mental Health Awareness Month. May has passed. But for the month of May, I have been struggling with actually doing a video about what I have gone through regarding mental health, depression in particular. I've been having the ups and downs on doing the video, and it honestly wasn't because of myself that was the problem. It was in my head thinking about other people, thinking about what other people would think, say. And when I say other people, I'm really honestly just talking about family and close friends. I'm in a place right now, I don't care what other people will really say or think about me. I'm out here living my life, trying to figure out things still. And I'm becoming a lot better with not caring about what other people think. So there's that. But in the end, caring about what other people, family, and friends think is what stopped me from doing this video. But I just decided, if you are working on yourself, if I am working on myself in particular, this is something that I have to overcome. Caring about what family and friends say, yeah, it matters, it does, but you can't stop living your life and being happy just to make other people happy. So that's kind of what I have to keep telling myself. So depression. I have suffered and still at times suffer from depression. I have been on medication for depression. I am no longer on the medication. However, I do still have episodes of depression. I am not an expert on depression. I honestly haven't done much research on it. I can only speak on my own experience. Depression. I officially started a medication for depression probably a little over a year ago. My doctor prescribed me with a medication for it. That was because I had gone in to my PCP and needed to talk about what I was going through, because I had really thought to myself that I could possibly be suffering from some type of depression for a while. So just a little bit of background, and I'll also give kind of what I experienced ahead of me actually going and starting a medication for depression, as well as going to see a counselor. So some of you may not know, I had been in a relationship with my ex and married with my ex since I was 18, and we separated when I was 39. So from the time I was 18 until 38, 39, I had been in one relationship. I had been focused on just my family. Everything I did was for my family, which is great. Never complain about that, ever. Never regret it. But after I separated, it was a new experience for me. Yes, I am the one who left out of my marriage. But just because you're the one who leaves doesn't mean that you're all of a sudden happy, like everything's roses and your life is perfect. No, not at all. At least it wasn't for me. And again, this whole video is my own experience. I'm not speaking for anyone else. This is my experience only. In my mind, even though it crossed my mind that I was suffering from some kind of depression, I was like, Sheena, you can't be. I mean, first of all, biggest thing is, I will say, in the Black culture or African American community, talking about depression, there was like no talking about it. When I think about growing up, and it's no shade or nothing against family, friends, or the culture, but it was never brought up. You never heard of anybody suffering from depression. So it was like, to be depressed, like, you're not suffering from depression. Like, you're okay. Pretty much suck it up. You'll be fine. Like, what is depression? That's basically how it kind of felt. What is depression? So that was kind of one of the things I was struggling with, that this isn't something, it can't be depression. Like, this is not something we deal with, you know? So, you know, especially, you know, you think, not something that we deal with. I am a strong woman, Black woman. I have it all together. I have a good job. My family's great. My kids are great. There's no reason for me to be unhappy about anything or to be down about anything. So that's what I'm thinking in my head. Like, get over it, Sheena. You're fine. But over time, my mood changed. So I started to sleep a lot. During the week, when I would get off work, if I didn't have my son during the separation, if I didn't have my son, I would come home from work like 5, and I would lay on the couch, turn the TV on, and I honestly would not move from that couch. I would sleep from that time until probably like 11, 12, and then I would just get up and move to my bedroom and sleep then. Get up, go to work, do what I needed to do at work, everything's fine, do the same thing the next day. So I just started sleeping a lot during the weekend. If I didn't have my son, I was sleeping, I was in the bed. That's pretty much what I did. I also didn't have a drive. I had no interest in doing anything. You know, I just wanted to stay home in my own space by myself. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I just wanted quiet. Sometimes if I wasn't sleeping, it wasn't even a matter of turning the TV on. It was just sitting there, just in the quiet, which also didn't help because my mind was also rolling. I never had symptoms of, or I've never had a thought of committing suicide. Never crossed my mind. But the thought of, you know, what am I doing with my life? Like, what now? I'm the cause of all of the issues right now with my ex. The kids are unhappy. Family is unhappy. Like, this is all my fault. Like, I am in the situation that I am right now because of myself. Like, I'm the one who caused it. Like, what is my meaning? What am I supposed to do now? And then I cried a lot. I cried for no reason at all. The tears would just come. I would be home just crying. I would cry at night. I would cry in the morning. I would fight back the tears from crying, because it's like, you got to keep it together, because you're going to work, or your kids will notice the puffy eyes automatically know that you were crying. So you had to keep it together. So you couldn't cry, but you did cry. just for no reason at all. Another thing is I stopped eating. I had no appetite. There was a time there when it was like 3 or 4 days straight, I hadn't eaten at all. Nothing. And it wasn't like I was starving. I just had absolutely no appetite. I had lost weight, and that was a time that kind of some of my family noticed that I had been losing a little bit of weight. They didn't know, of course, the reason why. But yeah, I just had no drive to do anything, which is weird because I was functioning at work. I would be at work, smiling, talking, everything's normal. I would talk to family, friends, everything's normal, everything's fine. But it wasn't, not really. Once I got home by myself, thinking or not thinking, and even if I wasn't by myself, I would zone out quite often. So I knew there was something going on. I thought about depression. Like I said, I had been thinking about me possibly suffering from depression. But again, in the back of my head, I'm like, no, it can't be depression because we don't suffer from depression. That's not us. Get it together, Sheena. Get it together. Suck it up. You got it. Everything's fine. You'll get past it. But I just didn't get past it. I wasn't going away. I will say that. It was not going away. So I decided, let's go talk to a therapist, counselor, someone who doesn't know you at all, and just get some things off your chest. Talk, and then you'll feel much, much better. So that's what I did. Started going to see a counselor. And that was definitely one of the best decisions that I have ever made. And since I've moved, I haven't gone to see a counselor, but that's definitely something that's on the top of my list to get back to. I do recommend anyone, even if everything is fine, even if you think you're fine or you are fine, either way, I think being able to go and talk, you may not know that you need to talk, but just to talk and get some things off of your chest to someone who doesn't know you, doesn't know your past, who can't judge you, and not saying that your family and friends will judge you, but just being able to be open and talk to someone is needed. I think everyone should experience it. For me, I found myself talking about things that I didn't know was bothering me, or I had issues with, or just random things, and I cried a lot in front of my counselor, which was completely new for me because I don't cry in front of anyone. I keep it together. But yeah, we talked about a lot. But in our, I guess, a couple of sessions in, and us talking, me expressing myself, crying a lot, my counselor had asked me, have I ever suffered from depression before? And I told her no, but I did tell her it is something that has crossed my mind. I told her about the sleeping, not having a drive to do anything, the not eating, just telling her that bit of information. She suggested that I go and talk to my doctor and just to talk and see what they recommended. So, and that's what I did. I was like, you know what? Something's going on. Something's not right. I'm not getting past this. It's not just going away on its own. And talking to a counselor, while very helpful, it was very, very helpful. I think that was one of the things that really helped me get past what I was going through. I needed something else. Something else was going on. So, and also besides that, the fact that I was losing weight, I wasn't eating, and I knew that wasn't healthy. To go 3-4 days without eating, it's not healthy. So I ended up going to my primary care doctor. I told them about the eating issue, not having an appetite at all. My doctor prescribed me medication to get my appetite, to start up my appetite. So I had to take that for a couple days. Of course, I was told to start eating little stuff. And then hopefully the medication should kind of bring my appetite back, which it did. And then my doctor also prescribed me medication for depression. I was very optimistic in taking it. I didn't want to take medication. I didn't want to be stuck on medication for the rest of my life. I didn't want to tell anybody that I was on medication for depression. I felt ashamed, I will say. I did. I felt ashamed that this is where I was. It's like, not me. Like, I can't, this is not me. Like, I don't need this. But though I felt that way, I knew I had to do something. So I ended up taking the medication, I would say about the 2 or 3 week mark, while being on it. And I did feel the difference. I wasn't like 100% back to my old self, but I wasn't sad as much. Like slowly my interest started picking up. Once I realized that the medication had started to help with that, I was like, you know, this is what I needed. I wasn't sleeping as much. Like I said, my drive it picked up a little bit over time. I will say the medication that I was given just a small dosage, because I did tell my doctor, you know, I'm seeing a counselor. I also don't want to be stuck on taking this the rest of my life, which in the end, if that's what it had to be, I know that's what it had to be. But I was just being really stubborn on not wanting to be on this medication. So I took it. I took it for a while. It helped. It helped a whole lot. At first, I was a little bit in denial because I'm like, I can stop taking this. It's better. But I also knew it was helping. I was in a better space. I was happy. I was happier. After about a month or 2 of being on the medication and feeling the change, or me noticing the change, I decided to tell my family. My parents, my brother, and I was very, very nervous to tell them, but I don't know why. I shouldn't have been, because their level of concern, just making sure I was okay, anything I needed, it was there. It was there before. And I know if I would have come to them before and expressed what I was going through, I know it would have been there. I know for sure. It was just me in my head thinking that I had to deal with this by myself. But once I told them, that was just another level of comfort, a breath of fresh air that I was able to breathe, to be able to tell them. So Fast forward to now. I think I still deal with, or I know I still deal with depression here and there. I still have my moments. I have my moments when I kind of zone out a little bit, get real quiet, want to be by myself. Yeah, but it's not where it was. It's a whole lot better. So I just want to say, depression is real. Depression is not something you should be ashamed of. Depression affects or can affect everyone. It doesn't skip a certain group of people. It affects men, it affects women, it affects children. It doesn't pick and choose who it wants to affect. It is real. It is very, very much real. I don't think it makes you less of a person because you're suffering from depression. It doesn't. It makes you human. Human. And it is okay. You will be okay. Talk to whoever you need to talk to, whether it be family, a friend, a complete stranger that you meet out on the street. They may look at you like you're crazy, but it's okay. Go talk to a counselor, therapist. Go get the medication that you need. Again, it will not make you less of a person. You are still you, but sometimes you need that little bit of help and to get better. I'm not ashamed to say that I have suffered from depression and I still suffer from it from time to time. I'm not ashamed of it. I accept it. I have gotten and am still getting the help that I need to get to be a better person. So I think we need to really acknowledge mental health is a thing. It is very, very serious. If someone comes to you and wants to open up to you about what they are going through, what they are facing in their lives, please, please do not shut them out. Listen, let them talk, let them cry. Whatever they need to do, just please, please be there as support. That being said, God bless you all. Keep praying, keep talking, keep listening, keep being open.